I want to encourage somebody out there who's thinking about giving up and quitting. I want to encourage those who are struggling with mental health issues that because you feel like things are not going your way and because if you feel stuck and you don't know which direction to go in life, I want to encourage you to not quit and to not give up because I guarantee you everything's going to be okay. What's good, YouTube family? My name is Chris if you're new here, and welcome to another video. Now, by the time you see this video, it'll probably be, I'm thinking maybe June 1st or June 2nd, but I recorded this video on the very last day of May 31st. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is because something happened to me today to where I felt like it was God telling me to not give up. Because this month of May was probably the biggest setback for me throughout the last 2 years of me rebuilding myself. This month of May I lost myself and I literally had no direction. I was on my way to work today and I woke up with a heavy heart. I woke up just feeling depressed. I woke up with mad anxiety. My mental health was already not okay for the past 3 weeks. And then I woke up this morning just feeling I just needed to let it all out. Like I just needed to cry. Like I just needed to let out my anger. I just wanted just to kind of give up on life. I woke up this morning just not wanting to talk to anybody, not wanting to be anywhere, but just be alone. So I'm driving to work and I turn off the radio, and I never drive in silence. I'm always needing music to kind of hype up my day, to kind of give me energy for the day. But I turn off the radio and I'm driving in silence. And when I get to work, I was running late and I looked at the clock and I see that it's 8:02. Supposed to be clocked in by 8 o'clock. But I was like, you know what? I need to pray. I need to pray. And sat in my car and I prayed. And I'm not a selfish prayer. I always pray for everybody else, for things that are going on in this world before I even pray about me. For people who are struggling with relationship issues, people who are struggling with marriage issues, struggling with finances, death of a loved one, whatever the case may be. I pray that God hears their prayers. And then I always leave myself to the end. But today, I told God, please block everything else out and listen to me, please, because I need you. And I feel worthless. My anxiety is so bad. I feel like I just don't know what I want to do with my life. Please guide me. Please tell me what to do. I feel like I don't bring positivity to people as I wanted to with my YouTube, with my content creation, as a friend, as a father. And I just felt stuck. I wasn't oblivious to my feelings, and I just needed clarity. So I want to say about an hour later, I'm at work and I got my AirPods on and I'm just typing away on my computer. I have a coworker who's a wonderful woman. She's a wonderful wife to her husband. You know, she has 2 beautiful kids, and she knocks on my cubicle and she brings me Chick-fil-A breakfast. And I told her, I was like, well, I already ate, but what is this for? And she told me, she's like, for some odd reason, I woke up this morning thinking about you. And I always get breakfast for myself, but today I wanted to get you breakfast because I wanted to show you my appreciation for you just being an awesome friend, an awesome coworker. I wanted to give you this as appreciation for you being such a good guy and for all the things that you do to people, to help people, to encourage people, to motivate people. And I looked at her for like a good 30 seconds and I was fighting back tears, but I looked at her and she's like, are you okay? I knew in that moment that that was God using her to tell me, you are worth something. And what you're going through is just temporary. But I'm going to use this person to reassure you that you are a good person and that you do bring positivity into people's lives. And that was God's way of telling me to not give up. Because when you get all into your mental health issues, it could lead into bad things. And this month of May, like I told you, was a horrible month from the start. Beginning May 1st. I get it. People come and go out of your life. I get it. But the ones that really mean something special to you, and those are the ones who decide to up and leave out your life because they feel like they can do better than you, that's what hurts. And that was to start off my month of May. So that was already like a slow decline right there. And I'm dealing with stuff with my mom, just family issues, and just internally, I just didn't feel like I just belonged here. I live by myself, and living by yourself has perks. You don't have anybody telling you what to do. You don't have to worry about people nagging you about, if you just have a tired day, you just want to walk through the door and just throw your clothes on the floor. You don't have anybody telling you what to do. So it does have its perks, but also it can have its downfalls. For me, it gives me too much time to think. I'm an overthinker. I think about a lot of stuff. I think about stuff that probably people don't even think about. I'm the type of person to where if I fuck up on something or whatever, I think about like, what could I have said better? What could I have done better? And my anxiety gets the best of me, which then takes a toll on my mental health. And it gives me too much time to overthink. And when you get lost in your thoughts like that, it can lead into a really dark place. And this whole month, I took a step back. I felt like I lost myself spiritually. I felt like I lost myself mentally. I felt like I lost myself physically. And I just didn't feel at peace. A lot of other things going on. And I'm 37 years old. I started thinking about my future. Like, what does my future hold? And when you have the I don't know, like, that's where my mental health started to come into play, because you need to kind of know what you want in life. And I know what I want. I want to be married again. Married again. I'd never been married. I was engaged. I was engaged 2 years ago, which was when my separation had ended. But, I was in a relationship for 4 years, and I was engaged, but after that separation and taking the time to find myself and taking myself to find my confidence and to figure out what I wanted in life, I do want to be married. I want to take on, stepkids, have kids of my own possibly with somebody else. I want that. I want to be making tons of money to where I can support my family, to where my wife doesn't have to work. When you live alone, you get lonely. You feel like you have nobody to talk to. When you get lonely, you obtain a certain level of pleasure of what you want just by thinking about it, of what we want. And when we don't get what we want, then that's when the depression sets in. That's when the mental health anxiety sets in. But then you have to stop and think about, you can't really do that to yourself, because you have to reevaluate life and you have to rebuild yourself or reborn yourself. And the problem is that people with mental health, you feel like you're trying and nothing goes well. And that's when the depression sets in. And we just keep on going back at it again and again and again. And when nothing seems to work out, whether we continue being given up on from relationships, or jobs are not going right, or family members fighting, we just feel like we're losing ourselves, and that we just don't feel like a great father, a great mother, a great brother, a great sister. We just don't feel great. And that's where we downward spiral into where our anxiety and our mental health comes into play. It's like whether you win or lose, the depression still sets in. I realized that it's okay to be alone. And when you get into your mind and you think to yourself, well, loneliness is the number one cause of depression and mental health issues and anxiety. But how can we turn that around? You can actually use that to become of service to other people, to make the world a better place. And that's one reason why I wanted to be a content creator, to use my pain and to use my heartbreak and to use my loneliness to help people become better versions of themselves, to help people to not have to deal with the pain that I went through, or to help people not make the same mistakes that I did. I want to help people. I wanted to become a content creator to make a world a better place, as silly as that sounds. You know, not all heroes wear capes. I wanted to be a hero to somebody out there. And loneliness is not always a bad thing, because I realized that when you're not even looking, that's when your special someone comes. When you're not even looking at all, you could be pumping gas and someone comes out there and that could be your number one. And for me, I needed to learn that the hard way, because I would always try to go look and search and search and search. And yes, everything will be good at first, but then I realized it would always backfire on me. I realized that I started to become, you know, deep within myself and just triggering my own self and causing my own mental health issues. Give yourself another chance. Give yourself another day. And eventually, you will see that the world will start to work in your favor. Your mental health is a big deal. And for people like me, for this whole month, to where I just didn't know who I was. But I knew that it started with me. I knew that in order to get myself back on track, that it started with me. I knew that I needed to look myself in the mirror and tell myself with daily affirmations, Chris, you are a good person. You are a great person. Don't let your anxiety get the best of you. Your mind is your worst enemy. Your heart is your best friend. So to get myself back in the gym again, to start eating better, because that was one thing I was doing. I was eating like crap and just not really taking care of myself. Because when you get lonely, when you get depressed, and when your mental health starts getting all crazy, you start doing harm to your body. You know, I reached out to a friend and, hey, let's go and hang out. You know, we had a really great time, and that was really good for my mental health. It was really good because to go out and just have fun and just enjoy life and just to not worry about things. And it was definitely much needed. And sometimes we need to go through that. You can't forget to enjoy life. You can't just hold yourself into a room and downward spiral due to depression. Yes, mental health is a big deal, but you have the power to control that. Having that person come into my desk and give me that reassurance of who I am and the value that I bring, that helped a lot. And that was God's way of telling me that you're going to be okay. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. And that was my message to you guys. Don't give up on yourself. You're going to fall, and each time you fall, get back up. Depression is real. Anxiety is real. Surround yourself with people who will love you. Surround yourself with people who will deeply take you underneath their wing and who will literally do everything for you. The people who give up on you, the people who discarded you, those are the people who you don't want in your life. And if those people cause your mental health become bad, or if they call you anxiety or depression, that's not what you need. But again, it starts with you. It's your choice whether if you decide to keep them into your life or to exile them out your life. And you need to surround yourself with happiness. If you have a job that you're not happy at, quit, find yourself happiness. If you feel that a relationship's not going well, and whether if you tried and tried and tried and they're just not working, and if you feel like you need to discard them because they're not bringing you peace after when you tried, focus on your happiness. Build yourself. Become a better person. Become the best version of yourself. And that's where your mental health will start to get better. This month of May was probably one of the toughest for me, because when you have so many things going on and you just don't know which way you're being pulled and you just don't feel like you belong here, it's pretty bad. Mental health is real, anxiety is real, it's inevitable. And therapy could definitely help if you can't afford it. The internet, YouTube, Google, There's things that you could do to help yourself and to ease this up here. And things are always going to keep on getting in the way of your mental health, but it's how do you control that and to focus on what you can control. Just this past week, I was in my very first tornado. We had a tornado here in Dallas, in Carrollton. It damaged my roof on my balcony, and there was cars out there to where there was trees that fell on cars, and that right there, like, took a huge hit to my anxiety because, again, you live by yourself, you don't know what to do, and I was freaking out. But, everything ended up being okay. Nobody was hurt. And though there was some damage done, I started having anxiety about that, but luckily the apartments are going to take care of that. You just have to focus on what you can control, and that's one thing that, if I can advise you guys, if there's one thing that will help with your mental health and your anxiety, focus on what you can control. Stop worrying about things that you can't control, because you're only going to downward spiral yourself into a hole to where you cannot climb out of. Focus on what you control, and you'll see that things will get better. And again, it starts with you. Listen to your heart. Your mind is your worst enemy. So always remember that. Things are going to get better. Guys, if you did make it to the end of this video, I do appreciate it. I ask that you give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, as it would mean a lot to me. And I want to say thank you for the additional subscribers. I posted my karma video about 2 weeks ago, and we had an additional 22 subscribers. If we can continue keeping that going, I would really appreciate it, as it means the world to me. Thank you so very much for your support, and I hope you guys have a great month of June. It is a monthly reset. Focus on your health. Focus on everything that brings you peace. Most importantly, focus on your happiness. Until next time, guys.